Everyone has a special morning routine. I know I certainly do. In fact, you could probably set your watch by mine. And it's been that way for a few decades now. But for me, getting up and at 'em at the crack of dawn, one of the things I've always enjoyed, no matter what my point in life is my morning drive. Whether it's going to Rancho High School as a teenager, getting to my first job at the Silver Nugget Casino, following high school as a dishwasher, driving to my first customer of the day from our family plumbing business, or even heading to the halls of the State Assembly in Carson City, where I served as both an assemblyman and a state senator. But I can honestly say, after all these years, the morning drive I enjoy the most is the one that has started me every day since becoming the mayor of North Las Vegas. Why is that? I think it has a lot to do with the fact that, unlike some of the positions I've held, I can actually see the things we've accomplished in our city in just the past 7 years. Now, on my morning drive, the things I see make me realize how blessed North Las Vegas really is with the sound diversity of our economy, our constituents, our growth and vitality. Our residential areas have blossomed and the parks here are wonderful. To my joy and amazement, I see mile after mile of huge industry and fulfillment centers, clean businesses that mean tens of thousands of new jobs. And just as satisfying, the scores of the new small businesses, including those that have weathered the coronavirus storm this past year. And despite this pandemic, even when I see vacant lots and undeveloped neighborhoods, I know that the huge progress we've made in the bigger picture will continue yielding substantial tax-based revenues we planned on, and that will let us continue the rebuilding and rejuvenation of those areas. Those prospects in particular add a lot of motivation to my morning drive, because I can see the future and the potential and how close it is. So yes, I can honestly say that my morning drive is not only an important way for me to start each sunrise, it stays with me all day, every day. But once a year, I need to take my eye off the ball for just a few minutes to help our citizens, our business partners, and every stakeholder in the city to join me to learn and see and understand what I and all of us at the city see. It's called the annual State of the City, and today is the day that happens. I'm eager for my constituents to join me today to hear not only about the past year, but about great things that still lie ahead of us in the city of North Las Vegas. Hello and welcome to the 25th Annual North Las Vegas State of the City. I consider this my opportunity to report back to the residents and business leaders as our board of directors, and I look forward to a time when we can all be in person with one another again. I want you to know that I have great expectations for North Las Vegas this year. 2020 has been a year unlike any other in our lifetime. COVID-19 has brought tremendous challenges and the impacts have been devastating. I send my deepest condolences to all who have lost a loved one during this terrible pandemic. But I also know that North Las Vegas is resilient. Our residents and business owners are hardworking, smart, and rise to the challenges presented to them. We know our past, we've weathered dark days before, and we have emerged stronger for it. During previous addresses, I have made up words like skeptimistic and grownomics. Today I want to reevaluate what you know about the common word extraordinary, or as I will pronounce it today, extraordinary. For North Las Vegas, this is the story of this year. our extraordinary team leading the city has dedicated a chapter in North Las Vegas history that will be a foundation for the future. The team's extraordinary efforts during one of our state and nation's most difficult chapters is compelling and worthy of our community's greatness. Our staff worked harder, longer, saw the world differently, and went the extra mile. In short, they were extraordinary because they did more than was required. I want to thank our fantastic City Council, Mayor Pro Tem Isaac Barone, Councilman Scott Black, Richard Churchio, and Councilwoman Pamela Goins Brown. Each has gone above and beyond in their service this year, distributing food and masks, connecting residents and business owners to services, sponsoring testing, and doing everything they can to keep their constituents safe and informed. Leadership shines in time of crisis, and North Las Vegas is shining bright. I'm proud to report that the City of North Las Vegas has been recognized as a model for our response to the pandemic. The Review-Journal and the Las Vegas Sun don't always agree, but they both point to North Las Vegas as the example for spending federal relief dollars responsibly, efficiently, and effectively. Our team took the tax dollars residents and businesses paid to the federal government and returned them directly back to taxpayers to help residents and businesses survive this crisis, exactly as Congress intended. Now, we have two speeds in North Las Vegas, fast and faster. We changed the way we do business to meet the community's needs as they emerged. We took an already streamlined approach and made it even more efficient. When the pandemic hit, our team immediately found ways to conduct meetings, assist stakeholders, and meet our customers' needs virtually. Business didn't stop. We adapted to develop virtual inspections, online submittals, and video bid openings. We expanded our online payment options and went completely digital with all our permits. Customers can now go online, get a permit to start their project within a few minutes. Business services in North Las Vegas is now truly 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When I ran my own business before coming mayor, I spent 1 hour a day worrying about problems and 23 hours a day making money and creating success. Worrying is a waste of imagination. We in North Las Vegas focus on action. In North Las Vegas, we're doing everything we can to pull ourselves out of the negative impacts of COVID. It is good to see the fruits of our labors still taking shape. Our efforts over the past 7 years to diversify the local economy have delivered the results that I promised, and now, in a global crisis, are helping our city weather the storm and maintain services for our businesses and residents. 8 of the top 10 grossing businesses in North Las Vegas were not here 5 years ago. This diversification is a direct result of the work we did to bring infrastructure to the area around Las Vegas Speedway in order to rebuild a new tax base, and it highlights the power of diversification. This will help us get through the next phase of COVID. We are seeing resiliency in the residential market as well. North Las Vegas communities like Valley Vista are carrying the market for the entire valley. Before COVID hit, our residential markets were matching the demands of the Southwest Valley, which had dominated the housing market for more than a decade. Our city had the highest net sales in the valley, both before and after the COVID shutdown. Investments through the city's Permit Application Center surpassed $1 billion in assessed value last year. That's $1 billion with a B, of new money invested in North Las Vegas. This is extraordinary milestone that we have not seen since the Great Recession. This is without a stadium or a new casino being built. It is new diversification of businesses and opportunities. Now I know I will be asked, what sector of investment is causing the boom? Residential, commercial, or industrial? All of these sectors are up. We would not see the delivery numbers if our staff weren't at the top of their game, cutting through red tape and helping residents and businesses succeed. We receive accolades from every sector we work with, and we have proven that we can adjust to anything that comes our way, even a global pandemic. I want to thank every one of the City of North Las Vegas employees who are working so hard to keep our physical and virtual doors open for business during this emergency and not missing a beat in providing fantastic service to our customers. North Las Vegas reached another major economic development milestone that achieved one of my biggest priorities since coming into office. Southern Nevada Water Authority made the landmark decision to develop 18 miles of new water line and 40 miles of sewer infrastructure at Apex Industrial Park. I want to thank Southern Nevada Water Authority General Manager John Emsinger for his leadership. This is truly a historic achievement for Southern Nevada, and it lays the groundwork for our region's future by opening up thousands of acres to develop land for diversification and job creation. This is in addition to another water line that's currently being built as part of the developer-city upsize agreement to Southern Apex, and it is almost completed. There are so many people who have worked so hard solving this decades-long problem, but I want to especially thank City Manager Ryan Juden, City Attorney Michaela Moore, CFO Darren Adair, and our Utilities Director Tom Brady, as well as the Integrated Resources Planning Advisory Committee and the Southern Nevada Water Authority Board for their leadership and efforts to bring this to fruition. This project will positively impact Southern Nevada for many, many generations to come. If you can remember, back in 2014, I set the seemingly impossible goal of bringing 100 million square feet of development to North Las Vegas in 8 years. At the start of 2020, we were 2/3 of the way there. I'm proud to announce today that we are now at 85 million square feet and 6.5 million square feet of industrial projects in development now. And there's more on the horizon. I can tell you there are 3 new industrial parks that will span about 530 acres planned along the pipeline route to Apex. This will translate into more good jobs, economic diversification, not just for North Las Vegas, but for the entire region. 2021 is going to be a great year. We have great expectations for the city of North Las Vegas because of what we've already put in place. No doubt there will be challenges, but we are moving forward. North Las Vegas has the vision, the trust, and the leadership, the drive to succeed, and we are thinkers and problem solvers. Good enough isn't all right by us. Our stakeholders deserve more. Join us, be our partner. I promise you, the results will be extraordinary. "2020 has been a year like no other. It has been a challenge, and my heart goes out to all of you who have struggled or lost someone you love. What I can tell you for certain is that North Las Vegas is resilient. Our community is filled with hardworking men and women who know how to rise to a challenge. As a city, we've been through troubling times before, and we've come back the better for it. This will be no different, and we have great expectations for the year ahead. Throughout the pandemic, our fantastic City Council has gone the extra mile to support our residents and businesses here in North Las Vegas, not only to help them weather the immediate health crisis, but also to provide them the tools and pathways needed for the long-term economic success. We have focused nearly every penny we have received in aid directly towards helping our constituents, and we are committed to continuing to do so until this terrible pandemic is behind us.
North Las Vegas was one of the hardest hit cities in the nation in terms of COVID. That's particularly true for our most vulnerable populations and communities of color.
We've been extremely proactive throughout this pandemic to identify the community's most pressing needs and address them. We immediately sprang into action last spring to provide PPE to frontline healthcare workers and meals to residents impacted by the virus. We sent almost daily messaging to businesses to inform them of relief programs available and created maps and online tools to funnel business to North Las Vegas companies to try to keep them afloat.
Since COVID-19 hit our region, our city has fought relentlessly to obtain a fair share of federal dollars to help you, our residents and businesses, cope with the health and safety measures as well as the economic fallout caused by the pandemic. We succeeded in securing nearly $24 million from Clark County, which we have delivered straight back into the community in record time. We have provided rental assistance and mortgage assistance for residents and businesses, paid overdue utility bills, secured high-speed internet for students and job seekers, and provided grants to almost 1,000 small businesses to keep their doors open and their workers employed.
We didn't forget about our veterans or our seniors either. We partnered with Helping Hands of Vegas Valley and Diamond Events to deliver meals to our seniors, and in cases where they could not leave their homes, even their pets.
Ward 1 is the city's largest ward geographically and most diverse. In fact, this bronze bust of General Zapata was a gift to us from the city of Morelos, Mexico, in recognition of the fact that North Las Vegas has the highest percentage of Latino residents of any municipality in the valley, a fact that we're really proud of. And when I say diverse, I'm not just talking about culture. We're also diversifying the economy of all of Southern Nevada by bringing in new industries and sectors to North Las Vegas. This year, despite the pandemic, we have seen major growth in our industrial parks with distribution and light manufacturing facilities sprouting from previously undeveloped land, like Amazon and Coley Flooring. Ward 1 has also seen significant investment in infrastructure to support the growth that is coming. Interstate 215 is now a full freeway thanks to the completion of the Northern Beltway, and the I-15-215 interchange is under construction, which will make commuting around the city, both for residents and for delivery trucks, safer, quicker, and easier. Our vision for Apex Industrial Park is coming full circle, with one water line nearly completed and another water line in development. Already, we've seen these investments drive development to Apex, including Air Liquide's West Coast liquid hydrogen production facility. With so much happening now and on the horizon, this is an exciting time to be in North Las Vegas.
Long before I became a member of council, I was an elementary school teacher and administrator. And I still have an affinity for youth in education. So the wonderful thing our city does for youth really excite me, not just because we're doing them, but because they are working. Last August, we established the Southern Nevada Urban Micro Academy to help children and families struggling with distance learning. SNUMA allows for in-person classes following all health and safety guidelines and a curriculum that meets and exceeds state and CCSD standards. Our micro school kids are making academic gains that are truly unparalleled and will ensure their long-term academic and career success. We are expanding the program now and are still enrolling children so that no one is left behind during the pandemic. Education is the great equalizer, and we are working to ensure that every child in North Las Vegas receives a quality education. We are also supporting families who may be struggling and need some help. The city renovated this former fire station for Clark County to operate the harbor on Martin Luther King Boulevard, which provides intervention and wraparound services to young people accused of minor crimes to get them the services they need rather than put them in the justice system. This gives them a chance to succeed without a criminal record following them for life. Our parks are being rejuvenated with lots of new amenities for everyone to enjoy, and we have so many new infill projects that are happening throughout Ward 2 that are revitalizing our older areas. We are bringing in affordable new multifamily apartments near Texas Station, a new dependent care facility on the former Buena Vista Springs site, and great new restaurants like Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, and another Dutch Bros Coffee. This is bringing hundreds of new jobs just to my ward alone. For example, right here on West Cheyenne is the massive recently completed Matter Warehouse office complex and logistics center. This facility will soon be a beehive of business that will continue to add to our city's economic growth and diversity, enabling our residents to find good, high-paying quality jobs outside of gaming, tourism, and hospitality.
I live in Ward 3 and I really enjoy it because it is a living metaphor for the growth, prosperity, and evolution of our entire city. It's a perfect blend of established neighborhoods, vibrant new developments, and natural wonders. Already the city has more than 36 parks and 70 miles of trails, and we're adding to it. The new linear park, for example, is a half-mile long and will connect the Valley Vista community to our regional trail system and the Aliante Master Plan community. One of the most unique features in our ward is the Master Gardener's Orchard. University of Nevada Cooperative Extension conducts fruit and plant research here and offers lessons, demonstrations, even tastings that are great fun for families. The produce varieties and growing methods tested here frequently end up at local farms and farmers markets, so you can give them a try. Another amazing feature of Ward 3 are the Tule Springs fossil beds just north of the orchard. This ongoing paleontology excavation, including the nearly completed visitor center, is an educational bonanza that is quite literally in our backyard. Nearby, Valley Vista is a new community that is really starting to come together. It is a 600-acre parcel that just 2 years ago was nothing but barren desert land. But now reputable builders and developers are working with us at the city to create a range of wonderful communities, from smaller homes to multifamily dwellings to large stately properties. If you are looking for a sense of community, you will certainly find it right here in North Las Vegas.
Here in Ward 4, it's hard not to notice all the work that's going on to keep our city growing and to keep our community prospering. This is Watercolors, a diversified community development next to the exciting job creation zone and our beautiful VA hospital. This whole 150-acre area is going to be a tremendous live, work, play hub for our entire city. The residential and mixed-use plans include a variety of homes, retail and dining, as well as walking trails and a host of transportation options. Being next to the VA hospital, we are recruiting a wide range of medical services, biotech research firms, and healthcare providers that will bring thousands of jobs and improve the delivery of care to our community. Another great development that is coming soon is Pulte Homes Del Webb at North Ranch, a gated senior community that will offer our more mature residents new living options. It is in development now and will include 500 single-story homes. Last but certainly not least, the Villages at Tule Springs is coming to fruition. More and more every day. Homes are being sold at a record pace, and it's no surprise why. Good talking to you. North Las Vegas is not only a growing city, it is a safe city. Our hardworking police officers keep our crime rates low and our businesses secure. And our firefighters and paramedics are always ready and will be there when called upon. They are the definition of true public service.